Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Natarsa. If you can't say Natarsa, Tasha is fine. Um today is October the 1st and I am not sure that I will get this video edited and released on October the 1st, but it was very important for me to record on this day. Today is the first day of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And of course, October, we also are aware, I know domestic violence and there's some other mental health, I believe, don't quote me, but I think there are some other awarenesses in October, but breast cancer is the most important. And that is why I'm here. I am 52 years old. August the 14th. Let me get my date straight. I'm nervous, y'all. August the 14th of 2025, I was diagnosed with stage 1 breast cancer. So, yeah, I get to start out Breast Cancer Awareness Month with breast cancer. So, yeah, I've had every emotion possible. I felt every feeling possible. I've gone through the sad, the mad, the pitiful, the scared, the I have faith, the I'm not so sure if I have faith. If you can think of an emotion, I've gone through it. So what now? We fight. My village is strong. I couldn't ask for more support than what I have. My two biological sisters have not left my side. My mom she calls me more than ever, as if that were possible. My father is still living, but he's not well, so he doesn't know. So, we're going to leave it that way. But my nephews are in my life, my best friend, my other sister friends, everybody. I have all the support I need. I have built my team. I forgot to bring one upstairs, but I actually passed out breast cancer ribbons to those my church members. I don't want to forget about them, but I passed out the little ribbons so that people would have me with them. I'm not going anywhere. But I wanted them as a reminder that we all fight, and I have asked them to join my fight. So I feel so blessed. And this video is not going to be, I don't want it to be long, but I feel so blessed. I had to make sure I was recording, y'all. Because one of the hardest breakdowns that I had was a couple weeks ago when I was at the cancer. I had to go for an appointment at the cancer hospital, and just looking around and seeing the number of people and how sick they were. That's when I broke down the hardest, because I'm like, okay, God, I'm not sick like these people are sick. So how do I feel? I don't know. For the first time in the last week, so my backstory, I was going to write notes down, but I wanted to come raw and upfront, and, I wanted to come from the dome, as they say. I was diagnosed, I had my mammogram in May. Just my regular mammogram. They called and said that, I needed to go for an ultrasound. So of course that alarmed me. And then after that, they told me that I needed a biopsy. So at that point, yeah, I'm scared. If you hear something in the background, y'all, I have a 14-year-old spoiled brat puppy, and yeah, he does all the things when I'm on the FaceTime with you all. So, so then after the biopsy, the very next day is when I got my results. And that is something that I will talk about throughout my journey. I have said it to the doctors. I've said it to the nurses. The way I found out, The medical world, they have to, and I'm sorry that the camera's shaking a little bit, but the medical world has to find a way to change how those type of results are given. Because I found out at 6:53 on a Wednesday night via my chart. And y'all, I lost it. So thank God for my pastor's wife, my sisters, and my cousin. One of my cousins, she's a nurse practitioner. So they walked me through that process that night, but it wasn't until probably every bit of 10:30, 11 o'clock the next morning before I actually got the full conversation with my medical professionals. So there's got to be a change, but that's a whole nother story for another day. Now that I've been diagnosed, this cancer is not who I am. I am a woman of faith. So if faith is not what you do, you may want to exit the video now. Thank you for being here. Click that like button on your way out, and you can subscribe if you want to. But I'm a woman of faith. So that's what I'm leaning on. That's what I trust in. That's what I believe in. God did not bring me this far to leave me, and that's really where I am. So my process will be, I have stage 1 cancer. They found 2 in my right breast. They found 2 spots, lumps, mass, whatever we're calling them. And I will have, I never say it right, so I'll put it across the screen. I am having a lumpectomy. I think that's how you say it. I'm going to put it across the screen. But I chose not to have a double mastectomy because they did the genetic test as well. And I have no genetics or anything saying that of course, there's always a possibility that it could come back. But my choice was to just have the masses removed. And we're going to pray that cancer does not return. I am definitely have accepted. Oh, let me go back. I don't want to skip. I probably should have had some notes, but I really wanted to do this off the top of my head. So they called it stage 1. The nurse even told the nurse practitioner even told me that the case that I have is so small that they have to clinically give it a stage. So I have stage 1, and I thank and praise God for that. So it's not aggressive. I have a non-aggressive tumor that will be removed. They're also going to go into my lymph nodes under my arm. That's the part that's kind of scaring me. I mean, the whole part, I'm relatively healthy. So I've never had one female surgery in my life. So yeah, I am scared. I'm scared of the surgery part. I haven't so much worried about what my breast will look like after surgery. I'm trying not to do like all of these deep dives into conversations of people and what they've gone through, because my story will, at the end of the day, my story will be my story. But there is a possibility that I could have, I'll just say, my breasts are dense, so the surgeon is not thinking that that afterwards it'll be distorted. But there is, of course, a chance of that. But I leave that in God's hands as well. I do know that there's bras and all types of technology that I will have access to. I thank God. I want to stop right here and thank God for my job and my insurance, because I do realize that there are women facing this, what I'm going through, that don't have that. So I'm blessed beyond measure for that as well. But, so I'll have the lumpectomy, and I do not have to have chemo. That's why you have to be careful who you talk to, because my story is not your story. And I can't wait till this video is released and I start hearing from those of you who have gone through this, because that has definitely been a real true encouragement is just, here the few people that I've told, like for instance, I play keyboard. So at the church, two of the women there have fought and won breast cancer in remission, cancer free, however you want to say it. So, but so please comment down below if you have gone through this. Let me know what your journey was like. But what I'm trying not to do is a deep dive into what everybody has gone through, because I'm already scared enough. I'm just being honest. I'm nervous, and I know on that day, I'm going to need my team. I am not ashamed to say I'm the strong one in my family. I'm the one that everybody calls, but on that day, I will relinquish all of that. I'm not going to be strong on that day. So, but I don't have to have chemo. I will have my surgery, and then approximately 4 weeks later, I will do 5 days of radiation. That's the plan as of now. We believe God that none of that will change. Definitely not for, in a negative way. But I'll only have to do 5 days of radiation, and then I'll be done. And then I'll go to the chemo pill that I'll have to take for approximately 5 years. But that's my story. I feel fine. If you see something on my neck, right there, so I feel fine, but I am in menopause, full menopause, no peri over here. So I'm dealing with menopause, and then, about a month, it was actually on September the 11th. So I got diagnosed on August 14th, September the 11th. I was on my way to work, and a young lady chose to drive into the side of me. So yeah, I'm in pain because of that, but I'm not in pain because of the cancer. And I think that's what I started saying before. I can actually feel the lump now. I was not able to feel it. I didn't find it myself. I can feel the lump now. So that has kind of sent me in an emotional, I don't know what to call it, but what I am doing, and what anybody who has gone through, or that I choose, I chose just a couple people, because that's what I was saying. You can't talk to everybody about everything. And I've chose just a very few people that are going through cancer right now, or have gone through, that I feel that I can talk to and reach out to, or if I have questions, or if I just need, that person there that knows what I've been through, what I'm going through. I've chose them, and what they're telling me is that you're going to feel all of those things. That's normal. That's natural. Don't apologize for that. And the hardest part for me is that I have to stop and get rest. That's what I was saying. I'm the strong one in the family. Everybody calls me for everything. I say that unapologetically. They will tell you that they call me for everything. But this is the time that I realize that now I got to sit my behind down and get well. So my prognosis is good. My faith is strong. It's been maybe just a few times as I'm telling someone that I have even said the words, I have cancer. I don't address it that way. I was diagnosed with cancer. So what I will say is, please meet me in the comments. Let me know. Share my story. I will be, I'll be telling my story here on YouTube. This is the first video about it. Many people don't know yet. So I just didn't choose to just like make this Facebook announcement or Instagram post. And I know you're like, but you're putting it on YouTube. Yeah, that's how I choose to release my story. God is in control. Why me? Why not me? um, Listen, do I understand it? I don't. Um, I've lost naturally over 80 pounds in the last 5 or 6 years. Um, just on a journey to better health and wellness. And, once I turned 50, it was all about just mind, body, soul. Yet here we are. So I will say to you, and you, the battle is not yours, it's the Lord's. This cancer is not mine. It doesn't belong to me. It's the Lord's. He can have it back. I know that I don't want to be dramatic. I was diagnosed. I'll stick with that. I know that I was diagnosed with cancer, to give God all the glory. My testimony will be amazing. And it's time to cut this video now because I'm not going to sit up here and cry. But here we are. Let's fight. My surgery will be later in October. I might have already said the date, but my surgery will be later in October. And I don't want to promise how much I'll be able to vlog or video during that time. And my sisters, I already get on their nerves. So I wouldn't expect them to do any of that for me. But I will definitely be recording as much as I'm able to. I'm just going to say it that way. Like I say, I wish that I could tell you that I would be strong enough to do that, but who knows? I'm just a girl. As much as I was saying that my family depends on me, I am the baby of my family. And again, I'm relatively healthy. So I haven't had, any surgeries, or the most I've had to endure is like a car accident or something like that. So I'm nervous. I am not going to tell any lies. In no shape, form, or fashion will you hear me tell that I'm not nervous. I am. But I just thank God for medicine, and I thank God for early detection. And I thank God that I went to get my mammogram when I did. I have had some thoughts because normally I get my mammograms around my birthday, which is in September. And for whatever reason, I can't remember why I didn't get it done in September of 2024. But all I can imagine is if I had waited until September of 2025. So God is good. He does all things well. So I will just say to you, and you, if you're on the journey or have been, meet me in the comments. Let's be friends. If it's negative feedback that you have, please continue on to the next person. I can tell you what I don't want to hear. I can tell you now on YouTube, I know you can hide people's comments. I can delete a comment. I don't want to hear about the food and the conspiracy theories and all of that. Save it for somebody else. I'm not interested. Obviously, I have to do my own research. Obviously, I have a lot of concerns, but save all of that for someone who wants to hear it, and that's not me. So if this is your first time coming across my channel, go back and watch some of my shorts. I am new. I'm a brand new content creator. I'm very much more active over on TikTok and pretty active on Instagram. Here on YouTube, I'm getting there, but so it's crazy that I choose to come and tell my story here, but I did that for the purpose of long form, being able to do the long form content. But thank you for watching this video. I will answer as many questions as I can. Am I scared? Yes. But am I also healed and victorious? Yes, yes, and yes. I love you. Please consider subscribing to my channel. I know that I have a very small YouTube channel, but that's going to change as well because we're about to come super active over here. But again, thank you for watching my videos. Share my story if you like. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all the things. And I'm going to watch some YouTube until I fall asleep. So thanks for coming and listening to my story. This is just the beginning of a victorious ending. I hope you have an amazing day, night, evening, whenever you're watching this video. And we will talk soon. See ya.